chair is so squeaky. This is a Mr. Tracky production. What's good, angels, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk loc myths. All right, I'm gonna be debunking 5 loc myths that y'all probably fell for. So stay tuned. So here's the thing with loc myths, right? I feel like there have been so many myths that just kind of have circulated its way around and through the loc community, and especially through the loose natural community, that makes people not want to lock their hair, right? So it's important to me to debunk these myths, because if you want to lock, I want you to lock and feel good about it, and not lock because of something that you heard that's probably not true. So let's get into it. First loc myth I have to debunk because it's the one that irks me to the core of my soul. Locs are clean. They're clean. Locs are clean. Locs are supposed to be clean. Locs are not supposed to stink. So there's this misconception that people with locs don't wash their hair. And I will say that there are a lot of people who have locs who probably don't wash as often as they should, whose hair actually does stink, which further perpetuates this narrative and this stereotype that locs stink. They don't stink, okay? My locs smell like shampoo right now. Locs don't stink. Locs must be washed. Locs must be washed as often as you wash your loose natural hair, if not more often, due to buildup in certain products. So honestly, I would even venture to say you should wash your locs more often than you would a loose natural head, because you do want to avoid as much buildup as possible, okay? Because a loc is a conglomeration of hair, it will trap products. It will trap products. So that's why it's important to use light water-based products, right? Like, don't cake your hair up with any kind of putties and that type of thing, or really heavy gels or anything like that, because it will cake up and you'll get buildup. So locs need to be washed. They need to be washed. They need to be dried thoroughly, because you want to avoid any type of mildew or fungus that builds up in your hair. But the first myth I have to throw out the window completely. Locs do not stink. The average person with locs is not walking around with a funky head. Now, you'll find some people who don't take care of them, but it does not have to be that way. And there are people who don't take care of their hygiene in any aspect at all, and in a bunch of different aspects. So it's not a loc thing. If you see somebody with funky locs, they probably funky in every other aspect of their life too, okay? Don't blame the locs. Locs are clean. Okay, second myth, I think we're on the second one. Already lost count. Second loc myth is that you can't use conditioner. Now, I don't know where this came from, but your locs need the same nutrients that loose natural hair needs, point blank period. And at the end of the day, I think the 2 reasons why people don't promote conditioner with locs is, number one, they think that, because conditioners generally detangle. Sorry, my camera's crooked. Whatever. Y'all love me anyway. They think that because conditioner is technically a detangling product, that somehow discourages your locs from locking. And then number 2, they think that it's gonna cause a bunch of buildup. So let me address the latter first. Conditioner can cause buildup. There's one easy way to prevent that. Wash it all out. It literally only causes buildup because you put it in and you don't wash it all out. Wash it out. Now, locs, it's gonna take a while to wash it out, right? You should keep on rinsing your hair until the water runs clear, like true tea. Most people don't do that because it takes a long time, right? So because you don't want to rinse it too much, you're like, well, I'm not going to use conditioner because it causes buildup. It doesn't cause buildup. What causes buildup is you not washing the product out. Sorry, but that's just the truth, right? Conditioner is good for your hair. It's good for your loose natural hair, and it's good for your locs. The same healthy curl pattern that you wanted when you were a loose natural, which is why you use so much conditioner, you still want that for your locs too. You really do, because a healthy curl pattern is what helps your lock faster, stay tighter, and more uniform. So don't neglect the health of your locs because you think locs don't need anything and they don't need any maintenance, and you can just let your hair fall to pieces because it's in locs. Don't fall for that. use conditioner, make sure you rinse it out, okay? And I think that the biggest issue that people have with it is that, like, in your mind you have it that locks are they should be so low maintenance that if you're, spending 12 hours washing your hair one day, that's too much. Now, with that said, I don't spend 12 hours, but you know what, when my locks get down to my knees, who knows? I probably will spend that long. I know there's the school of thought behind not using conditioner is that conditioner detangles your hair. Let me just say this, especially a lot of my tighter curl patterned lock ladies and gentlemen, you are not conditioning no locks out of your head, period. I could pour a whole bottle of conditioner on my locks right now, but they're not washing out. Like, that's not a thing. Now, even when I was starting my locking process, I used conditioner. It's not going to stop your hair from locking. And if anything, it will promote healthy locks. So use conditioner. Like, I don't know why people think that they don't have to. I really don't. And I promise you, you're not going to use conditioner and then your locks are suddenly just going to fall out. It doesn't work that way. Like, this is a way, way tighter system than you're giving it credit for. Locks are way more secure than you're giving them credit for. Okay? If conditioner would just make people's locks fall out, they wouldn't be combing them out for 16 hours when they wanted to get rid of them, right? They would just throw some conditioner in there and there they go. So, feel free to condition your locks. I personally encourage it, especially if y'all are color treated like myself. Use conditioner, seriously, because honestly, dry locks is going to give you a way bigger headache, a way bigger heartache, and it's going to mess up your locks way quicker than using conditioner will. And as long as you take the time to rinse out the conditioner after you use it properly, you will be fine. You won't have a bunch of buildup. Because I know that's the second reason why a lot of people say don't use conditioner. It's because you're going to have buildup. Wash it out. Wash it out. You can use that same, kind of logic with a lot of products, right? Like, don't use it because it's going to give you buildup. But with locks, there are a lot of products we shouldn't use, but we still need to use some products. And if you use anything in excess, it'll give you buildup, right? So, like, use the conditioner how you're supposed to use it. Wash it out thoroughly. That means go ahead and rinse until that water is no longer soapy. I know it's going to take a long time, but that's what you signed up for when you got locks, right? Like, it's not a maintenance-free hairstyle, which brings me to my third lock myth. Locks are not maintenance-free. Now, when I fell for this one, right? Because when I first locked my hair, I did it because the loose natural thing was too much for me. I will be the first one to admit it. The loose natural thing was way too much for me. I was not here for it in the least bit. And then I locked my hair because I said, you know what? I can stay natural. It's low maintenance. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It depends on your definition of low maintenance. Now, with that said, I do still believe that when I was a loose natural, it was more work for me to maintain that. But as a lock lady, I'm still putting in a lot of work on my hair, right? Not what I bargained for. So, wash day for me is probably from wash to dry hair, like completely dry hair. We're looking at 5-6 hours, and that's with me like blow drying it. I can't get jiggy with the sit under dryer because I just feel so trapped. Like, I need to be able to like walk around or whatever. So I just use a handheld dryer, but that takes like several hours. So, like, if you're somebody who wants to, like, never, ever do your hair, maintaining a manicured lock may not be for you, but a freeform will 100% be for you. And even, like, semi-freeform, obviously I'm not a freeformer or a semi-freeformer. So, freeformers, drop down in my comments and let me know what the maintenance is like. So, I don't want to, like, overstate how much less maintenance is, because I could be totally wrong, right? Like, freeformers, y'all could be doing way more to your locks than I think. So I don't want to overspeak on that, but it might be a different option to go if you're not like interested in maintaining it with like a retwist every, couple weeks or whatever it is, right? So that's another myth. Locks are not like a no maintenance hairstyle. It's a lot of maintenance. And then if some of them start getting thin, because, you know, no matter how, you know, great a care you take of your hair, there's still a possibility that, you know, you'll get some kind of thin parts in some of them. And then like, you'll need to go get that repaired, or if you can do it yourself, wonderful. I encourage anybody who is locking to YouTube, like lock repair techniques so that you can do it yourself, so that you don't have to like be charged out the wazoo to get it done. I do recommend that. Okay, this brings me to my, what are we on, 4? This is probably one of my favorite lock tips. Let me get close for this one. Y'all ready? All hairstylists are not locticians. Okay, I had to say that. You know what I should say? All natural hairstylists aren't locticians, because I feel like there's this unspoken like assumption that if you're a black hairstylist and if you do black natural hair, that you are also a qualified loctician. And that is actually just not the case. And this is no shade to hairstylists, because we need y'all. But sorry, I can't sit still. But every hairstylist is not a loctician, which means that you can't just walk into your average natural hair salon and say, I need a lock repair, I need lock extensions, can you color my locks? Because the coloring of locks is not the same as coloring loose natural hair. Like, it's not the same. So it's not a matter of let me just throw color on, because these, you know, this part of your hair, and this, you know, this part is probably pretty uniform, but this part of your hair, your ends, are going to take way longer to absorb the color than your roots. And what I found that a lot of people do is that stylists or people who try to do it themselves will apply the color to their whole lock all at once, roots and all, and they sit, and by the time they wash the color off, if they were doing like red, let's say, their roots will be like red, blazing, and then like the tips of their hair will be like a burgundy, because this part of your hair needs way more time with the color than your roots do, right? So like, you may throw this color on and leave it for a while, and then a few minutes before you're gonna rinse it all out, you may apply the color to your roots, right? Like, this is the type of thing that every stylist doesn't know, and every person doesn't know, right? Like, I only know that much because I've colored my hair a bunch of times, so I know what works and what doesn't work. But yeah, every stylist is not a loctician, and there are certain things about locks that like you need to study, and it's not just something that comes natural. Now, I don't know, cosmetology school, y'all jump down in my comments if you went to cosmetology school. Do they teach y'all about locks? Like, if you're doing natural hair, like, I don't know if that's like even a subset of cosmetology school, like black natural hair, or do you have to learn that on your own? I don't know. But do they teach y'all about locks, or do you have to like go out of your way to learn about it? I really want to know. Drop down in the comments and let me know. And the last myth I'm going to give y'all today, I think this is number 5, is that not all curl patterns can lock. And that's important, because I know that there are a lot of like looser curl pattern having people who want locks and who think it's not possible for them. It's possible. Now, it's going to be more difficult. It's going to take longer, and you might even need to crochet it, like, to encourage the lock process. But like, you definitely can lock your hair. Locks are not just for 4C, 4B people. Like, it's not, right? If you have a curl pattern somewhere in the 3s, and I don't really know if I subscribe to like the whole curl pattern thing, like, because curl patterns can vary so much. Like, you can have so many different curl patterns on one head that I'm like, I don't know what to call it, right? Like, am I a 4C? I don't know. I feel like I am in some spots I'm not, but looser curl patterns, ladies and gentlemen, you definitely can lock your hair. You just may need a crochet needle. You may need a good loctician that knows how to crochet, so that we can encourage the locks. But like, you are definitely able to lock your hair. Okay? I just want you to know that it can be done. Just be patient. And that's all I have for you today, angels. I appreciate it sitting with me, listening to me debunk some lock myths, because I want you to lock your hair if that's what you want to do. I don't want you to be scared off by like something you've heard and then you just don't do it, because locks are beautiful, are they not? Anyway, I love y'all. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend, share the video, all that good stuff. All right, until next time.